Welcome to day 15 of 4 weeks of yoga. Since we're starting a new week, we're going to change up the yoga flow and cardio sequence a bit. But we're going to start the same way with the body scan. So seated on the floor with the eyes closed, we're going to bring our focus and attention towards the breath, noticing where it's at in this moment. And now we're going to bring our attention towards the feet and the legs, noticing how the muscles feel today. And now you can shift your focus up towards the hips and the torso, noticing the movements it makes with each inhale and with each exhale. Now you can bring your attention towards the hands and the arms. Bringing the focus up towards the shoulders and the neck. And finally, you can think about your state of mind, noticing where it's at in this moment. And now we're going to come to standing to do our sun salutations. Now we're going to do full ones instead of half ones. So standing on one end of our mat, we're going to inhale the arms out and up, reaching towards the sky, and exhaling, we're going to bend from the waist and touch the floor. Inhaling, we're going to lift the head a bit. Exhaling, we're going to step back, and you can lower down into a cobra pose or an upward dog, which is keeping the thighs lifted from the floor. Now we're going to go directly into a downward dog. With an inhale, we're going to step the feet back towards the hands. Exhaling, we're going to straighten the knees. And inhaling, we're going to come back up with arms towards the sky. And we're going to lower the arms. Inhaling, we reach the arms out and up. Exhaling, we bend from the waist and touch the floor. We're going to lift our head a bit. And exhaling, we're going to step back and lower into upward dog or cobra pose. Now we're going to push up into downward dog. If you need to walk your feet a little bit closer to your hands, that's fine. Now we're going to step the feet back towards the hands. Exhaling, we're going to straighten the knees. And inhaling, we're going to come back up, reaching the arms out and up, and then lowering them with an exhale. So inhaling the arms out and up, and exhaling, we're going to reach down to the floor, bending from the waist. We're going to lift the head a bit, and exhaling, we're going to step back and lower it into cobra pose or upward facing dog. Now we're going to push back into downward dog. And now we're going to step the feet back towards the hands, exhaling as we straighten the knees, and inhaling as we come up and reaching the arms out and up, and exhaling, we're going to lower the arms. Now we're going to inhale the arms out and up, and exhaling, we're going to bend from the waist and touch the floor. Inhaling, we're going to lift the head a bit, and exhaling, we're going to relax it. Inhaling, we're going to lift the head and chest a bit. And now we're going to step back and come down to all fours for cat-cow. So inhaling, we're going to arch the back. And exhaling, we're going to round it. Inhaling, we're going to arch it. And exhaling, we're going to round it. Inhaling. And exhaling. We're going to inhale and exhale. Arching the back and rounding it. Now we're going to to stay here, and exhaling, we're going to lower down into child's pose. Inhaling, we're going to come up and arch the back. Then we're going to round it. Then lower down into child's pose. Inhaling, we're going to come up and arch it, the back. And exhaling, we're going to round it. And lower down into child's pose. Inhaling, we're going to come up, arching it. And exhaling, we're going to round. And lower down into child's pose. We're going to come up. And now we're going to keep the back neutral. And we're going to tuck the toes and lift the knees off the ground slightly, making sure the spine is relatively straight. We don't want to arch it or round it too much. We really want to engage that core. And now we're going to push up into downward dog, lifting the hips and straightening the knees. Now we're going to bring the right knee into our chest, lowering the hips and shifting the weight forward. We're going to push back into downward dog. Now we're going to repeat the same thing with the left knee, bringing it into the chest, lowering the hips, shifting the weight forward, and making sure the back is not arched or too rounded. Push back into downward dog for a breath. Now we're going to repeat it. So on the right knee into the chest, weight shifts forward, and we're going to come back to downward dog. Now the left knee, we're going to bring it into the chest and lower the hips, shifting the weight forward, really feeling that core engaged. And now we're going to push back into downward dog. Now you can lower your knees, and exhaling, we're going to rest in child's pose. Now we're going to come up and get ready to do the dolphin pose. So on all fours, but the elbows are on the ground and hands clasped together. Inhaling, we're going to lift the hips and straighten the knees while still elongating the back. Now we're going to walk the feet back a little and lower the hips, coming into a dolphin plank pose. Now we're going to lower the knees, and exhaling, we're going to rest in child's pose. Now we're going to come up and get ready to do a new pose, which is the boat pose. So we're going to sit like that, and you can we're going to bend the knees. You can keep the feet on the floor a little bit, or you can lift them up higher, or you can straighten them completely. We want to do whatever variation of that, whatever level of that you can do while still keeping the spine long. Now we're going to lower the knees, the feet, and we're going to sit up straight. Now we're going to repeat that. So we're going to lift the legs. The arms are going to be outstretched in front. Remember, we want to keep the spine long. Now you're going to lower the feet and sit up straight. And now we're going to come to standing to do our cardio. So the first exercise is going to be squats with jumps. So this is really good for cardio. So yeah, now we're going to start the 30 seconds of squats with jumps now. Wonderful. Now we're going to rest for 15 seconds and get ready to do ice skaters. And we're going to do them without the jump. Most times people include a jump in the middle, but we're not going to do that for now. So breathing, we're going to get ready to do the 30 seconds of ice skaters now. Perfect. Now we're going to rest for 15 seconds and get ready to do the third exercise, which is a reverse lunge with a kick. And we're going to be switching the legs. And we're going to start the 30 seconds now. Remember to take your time with the exercises if you need to. That's why we're doing seconds instead of repetitions. So that way you can go slower or faster, whatever you want to do to feel like you're really getting the best you can. You're doing your best in the exercises. Perfect. Now we're going to repeat all that after a 15-second rest. So don't forget to breathe. So we're going to start with the 30 seconds of squats with jumps. Wonderful. Now we're going to rest for 15 seconds and get ready to do our 30 seconds of ice skaters. And we're going to start the 30 seconds now. Perfect. Now we're going to get ready to do our very last exercise, so don't give up. Just breathe and you got this. So the last exercise is going to be the 30 seconds of reverse lunges with kicks, switching sides. And the 30 seconds start now. Great job. Now we're going to come back down to the floor to do our cool down stretches. So we're going to lay on our backs with the knees bent. And we're going to do the number 4 stretch that we've been doing. So right foot over the left knee. You can leave them on the floor or you can bring them closer into your chest, flexing the feet. And now we're going to start to slowly elongate the breath to bring the heart rate back down. Now you can release the legs and switch the feet. So the left foot on the right knee. Leaving them on the ground, or you can bring the legs into your chest. Wonderful. Now you can release the legs, and we're going to stretch out the right leg, and we're going to bend the left leg. We're going to twist the left knee over to the right side and extend the left arm out to that side, remembering to keep the shoulder on the ground. Now we're going to come back, straightening the left knee, bringing the right knee over to the left side, and extending the right arm out to that side, keeping the shoulder on the ground. Now we're going to come back and we're going to bend both legs, putting the hands on the kneecaps, and with an exhale we're going to bring the knees into the chest, rounding the back. Now we're going to arch the back, letting the arms extend, and exhaling we're going to round the back, bringing the knees back into the chest. Inhaling, we're going to arch the lower back and extend the arms, and exhaling we're going to bring the knees back into the chest. Now we're going to extend the arms and arch the back, and now you can release the legs, letting them fall wherever is most comfortable, either bent or straight. And you can place your hands on the torso or let them relax on the ground next to you, whatever is most comfortable. And we're going to continue to lengthen the breath. And we're going to start to relax. We're kind of going to do a second body scan from the toes up to the tip of the head. Just noticing any muscles that are tense and trying to relax them little by little. We're going to start to relax physically and mentally. So we're going to try to clear the mind of any thoughts that are trying to come to the front of the mind right now. We're just going to let them stay towards the back of their mind, and we're going to rest mentally and physically. As we're laying here, just resting, truly resting, I'm going to think about the meditation for today, which is, I have told you this so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. That's from John 15:11. So we're going to let our heart, body fill up with joy. We're going to be grateful for these moments to rest. Be grateful for the incredible body and mind that we have. And we're going to let that gratitude bring joy. We're going to let our anxiety and stress just sink away into the floor, making room for joy and peace. And when you're ready, you can roll over to one side, and with a soft gaze or the eyes closed, we're going to gently push up to seated. Now placing the hands over the heart, we're going to have it do a deep, long inhale, imagining that we're filling the heart up with joy and peace. And as we exhale, we're going to send all that energy into our entire body. Inhaling, we're going to fill the heart. And exhaling, we're going to send all that peace and gratitude and joy into our entire bodies. Then you can let the hands rest, and inhaling, we're going to lower the head a bit. And exhaling, you can slowly open the eyes and lift your head. So that was the practice for today and the one that we're going to do for the rest of this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful, and that you have a magnificent, mindful day. See you next time.